Needed a snow saw, didn't have one. Figured, heck, I'll just cut a piece of aluminum, make a bad boy looking saw here, and we'll see how it works as soon as we get out to that good snow. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece of aluminum. I'm going to make a snow saw out of it. Snow saw is really useful if you want to make an igloo. I want to make a snow cave. It's still a pretty essential tool for carving the snow. It's going to be pretty rudimentary. This isn't something that's going to be real pretty, but hopefully it'll be real functional. So I cut this at about 3 inches. Now I'm going to measure out about 4 inches up, about 1.25 inches for my handle. Just eyeball it a little bit, make a little bit of an angle right here. All of this is going to go away. That'll make my handle right here. I'm going to taper this part off right here a little bit too. And then I'm going to have to drill a hole right about here for my cord to go through. So there's my basic shape on this. So we need to make teeth into it. About every second one I want to drill a hole right here. I'll just take my angle grinder and I'll come up to one edge of this hole, and then this one's going to come down on this edge right here. Then in between I'm going to go with some smaller teeth. I mean, you can do it any way you want. It's just I like the looks of that, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go about every 3 inches on it. I think I'll drill like about maybe like a 3/8 diameter hole right here. So drilling metal, you should always try and go slow. I'm going to go with about a 10-degree angle. That's going to give me a real big space in between here. So as you pull it out, that snow's going to drop out right here. So it's always good whenever you're working with hand tools, if you can, to try and brace them with your body and use your body instead of your arms. And that made it nice and even, and about 1/8 of an inch all the way across. I'm going to put in a whole bunch of smaller teeth, and those don't have to be very big, so I'm just going to go maybe about a 1/2 inch here. I'm probably going to make them pretty aggressive. There we go. We got ourselves a snow saw. And I'll have to set these teeth a little bit because most of my cuts are going to be cutting in and coming out, and I want to be able to pull that snow out when I come out. The only thing left to do now is just cut a whole bunch of this parachute cord right here. I want something to be able to hold on to good, and I also don't want this cold metal against my hand because I'm outside in the winter time, and I might use this at 30 or 40 below zero. I want these to be pretty even here. Come around through my loop. Right side over this way. My left side's always going to go over the top of it. So you're basically just doing half of a square knot. And you tighten that up. This paracord is a little bit thicker than most paracord is, so it makes a little bit thicker, stiffer handle. And that's kind of what I wanted here. I'm going to bring my 2 cords back through my hole here. I'm just going to put a single 1/2 hitch in this, and then I want a nice loop on this, so I'm just going to do a figure 8 knot. It's really good to grip. It's warmer than metal. It's even warmer than wood or bone, and you got yourself 10 feet of cord if you're in a survival situation. So there's nothing super sharp here. You know, you'd have to work pretty hard to cut yourself with it, but it should cut snow pretty darn good. And you can't forget your partner whenever you do something. Andy and Denise, ready to go.